Right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to the world's most successful motorcycle road racer. He's won 15 Grand Prix road racing world championships, 13 of them with 4-stroke MV Agusta machines, 2 of them with 2-stroke Yamaha machines. He has 122 Grand Prix victories, registered between 1964 and 1976. He has 10 Isle of Man TT race victories. He won the Daytona 200 on his very first ride for Yamaha. And he is, without doubt, the greatest team manager who was a former racer himself in terms of results, because he won 3 500cc Grand Prix World Championships as a team owner. And he was also manager of the Cagiva factory team when they scored their first Grand Prix victory with Eddie Lawson. So this man has left an indelible mark on the history of motorcycle sport, and his name is Giacomo Agostini. Mino, welcome to Australia.
Grazie. I know it's many people in Australia, many Italian people, so I can speak Italian. It's more easy for me.
But you're here because you followed the passion. Because, let's face it, you came from quite a wealthy family, and you could perfectly well have gone racing cars, like a lot of people did in Italy in the 1950s and 60s. But you defied your father to go racing motorcycles. Why?
Yeah, because my family don't want I race with the motorcycle. And when I have 18 years old, I need the signature from my parents. And my father said no. I said, oh, but I want to race. And he said no. And I'm very lucky because one day, we go to the notaio. Notaio, what is lawyer? Not lawyer.
The lawyer.
No, it's not lawyer. The
advocate.
No, notaio. When you buy something, you go to sign.
No, the notary.
Notaio. Notary. And the notary is a friend of my father, and say, he say, Giacomo, why are you not happy? Yeah, I'm not happy because I want to race, and they say, He convinced my father. He said, it's good if the young people start to do the sport, and so he convinced my father to sign. But in the end, the notary, he understand I want to race with the cycle and not motorcycle. But at that time, it's too late, so I already have the signature, and I go out from the office, and I go to buy the bike.
Rather successfully, because you started racing with the Moto Morini, I think, and eventually became Italian champion.
Yeah, because also the other problem was to have the bike, to buy the bike. So again, my father don't want to help me, and I meet the dealer from Bergamo, and he say, okay, you pay me something every month, and we agreed to pay. At that time is about $2 every month. And I say, okay, and I have some small money, and I give some deposit, and so he gave me the bike, and the first race I finished second. So I said, not so bad. And some some mechanic from Moto Morini come to me and say, "Oh, Ago, but this is the normal bike with the heavy wheel, it's very normal. So, and if you have some money, we make the better bike for you." I say, again, money, but it's difficult because already I have to pay €2 every month. So. But this mechanic from Morini say, "Okay, we help you, and we prepare the bike," and he prepared the bike, and before that, I raced in Bologna with my bike. La Bologna San Luca is the climb race, and
Hill climb.
Hill climb, and I win. So this is help me because the mechanics say, "Okay, now we help you and we prepare the bike for you."
And Moto Morini is a Bolognese mark, so it was next to the factory again.
Where we eat tortellini.
So Mr. Alfonso Morini gave you some support, but you ended up racing a factory Morini for him. And this was the bike that Tarquinio Provini so nearly won the 250 Grand Prix World Championship on against the four-cylinder Hondas. You had to race against the four-cylinder Hondas with this Morini single. What was the bike like?
Yeah, it was a very, very good bike, and I think it's very easy to riding because it's only one cylinder, it's not so many horsepower, and at that time I think it's about 40 horsepower.
Not bad for 250 single.
Yeah, single. And the first year with senior race, it's like professional. I raced with Tarquinio Provini because he from Morini he changed. He go with Benelli, Moto Benelli, 4-cylinder. But in that time I like to push because I like to win. So I win the Italian champion with Tarquinio Provini, and yeah, yeah. But I'm a little younger than him, so I take a risk more than him.
But you also raced in Grand Prix a couple of times and finished fourth against the Hondas and already the Yamaha 250 twins. But this was enough to get you noticed by a very important man, Count Agusta. How did your interview for racing for MV Agusta go?
Oh. Yeah, because Mr. Magni from MV Agusta called me and said, "Oh, you like to race for MV Agusta?" I said, "Oh." MV Agusta is a big company, and I go to Mr. Morini. I say, "Okay, I like to change because I want to race in the world champion, and I have the offer from MV Agusta." And Mr. Morini come in the morning because normally he go to the office at 11 o'clock, but that time he come at 9 o'clock at the office, and I be there, and I say, "Ago, this is the contract, and you put the amount." And I say, "Oh, maybe now the money coming." But I say, "No, I don't care about the money. I want a good bike. I want to race in the Grand Prix." So, and I decide to change with Morini, with MV Agusta. And I have appointment one day at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I go to Cascina Costa, and I park in my car, and I go to the office, and the secretary say, "Please, Mr. Agostini, waiting because the Conte Agusta is busy." Okay. It's 4:30. I say, "What happened?" I say, "Yes, waiting because Conte Agusta is busy." Okay. 5:30. Say, "Sorry, waiting." Okay. 7 o'clock. Say, "You must waiting." "Yeah, but I'm tired now. It's not all day here." Say, "Yeah, but please, the Conte Agusta is busy." And so it's 9 o'clock in the evening. "You must waiting." I say, "Oh, yeah." No eating, hungry. I say, "What I do?" I say, "No." And 10:30, he received me. He say, "Okay, going." So I go inside, office, all dark, and the Conte Agusta is in the, like when you go to the school. The
pool of light.
Yes. And I say, "Good evening, Mr. Conte. He looked at me and said, "What do you want?" It's 5 hours, I'm waiting. and Mr. Magni called me and said, I want to race with your bike, I say. And he said, I think you're not able to race with my bike. And I said, but maybe I make a mistake. I come for what? And but I understand after he liked to joking. Yeah, because I say, the Mr. Magni called me. I'm waiting 5 hours and the contest see what I want. I said, but anyway, after I said, okay. He said, Mr. Magni, tomorrow you book the Monza track and you go to test, but you test only in the straight line, only in the front of the start line. And okay, what he do? He put the Birilli, and I go like this. And I'm Italian champion already in that time. But again, I say, okay, because I want to race with MV Agusta, and after I understand he's joking for Conte Agusta, he want to prove me. And after I have a very nice time with MV Agusta.
It was the start of a beautiful friendship.
Very, very hard to go in, but after it's okay.
Well, you repaid his confidence in you by winning your very first Grand Prix race for MV Agusta in Nürburgring.
Yeah, because Conte Agusta said, I want one Italian rider to develop the 3-cylinder. And at that time, I am ready. So I prepared the bike like my style, like my size and everything. And of course, I must beat Mike Halewood. And I think everybody know Mike Halewood was very, very fast. And but I'm lucky because the 3-cylinder, I prepared the 3-cylinder, so I know better than Mike. And so in Nürburgring, I win the 350, my first race, but Mike beat me in the 500.
However, you nearly won the championship that year against Jim Redman and the 4-cylinder Honda. Came right down to the very last race, didn't it?
Yeah, because the last race, if I win in Japan at Suzuka, I am world champion. So I know it was very difficult, but the Conte Agusta sent me with only 3 mechanics. We go to Japan, and I'm very nervous, very exciting because they were my first world champion. If I win the race, and we start, and I leading. And I dream the victory because I have about 8 seconds in front of Mike Halewood, of Gene Redman, but I try very, very hard. I am younger, so I don't care about it. And but before the end, I think it's about 6 or 7 laps. And the end is the engine start to misfire. And so I must okay, the engine goes slow, very slow, and I lost the race. And we find the problem. The problem was the bobina, and the vibration take out the filo.
In the spark plug.
No spark plug, no bobina, the electric.
Coil.
Yeah.
In the coil.
Yeah. And the vibration take out the
So he broke a wire in the coil.
So I lost the world champion for 5 cents.
However,
but I cried for 2 days because with my mechanic, the first world champion, I am very, very close. I leading the race, but anyway.